dog crying, it's because the people that live above me just got a new dog, and I think he gets really sad when they leave for work, so there might be a dog crying in the background of this video. Hey guys, it's Jona. I've seen a lot of people doing back to school Q&As, and so I decided that I wanted to put my 2 cents in. A lot of you sent me your questions related to back to school, and I picked out a few to answer in this video. I just want to make it clear that I am not a professional advice giver or a professional counselor. I'm not qualified in any way. The things that I say in this video are just my opinion. They're just things I've pulled from my own personal experience. I am 21. A lot of people don't believe me, but I am 21. I have been through high school. I get comments every day of people being like, you're not 21, you don't look 21, you look 14, but I promise you, I am 21. I have been through school, and these are some of the things that I have learned. Did you go to a private school or a public school or homeschool? I went to like a typical suburban public school for most of the years, and then I went to a performing arts school, which was also public. So public school would be the answer. What were my favorite subjects at school? My favorite subjects were always the more creative ones, so I always really liked English and I always really liked art. But I didn't have art at my performing arts school because in the afternoon, instead of having like elective type classes, we had a major, so I did musical theater classes. But when I went to a regular public school before that, I always loved art. I always looked forward to doing pottery and paintings and like crafty things. How to tolerate annoying classmates. I had my fair share of annoying classmates. I think we all do. It's a given. You're not gonna get along with everybody. Not everybody is gonna be your favorite person in the world. My best advice is just you do you. Focus on you. Focus on what you have to get done and what you're doing, and just ignore them. And if they're really distracting you and really bothering you, you can always ask the teacher if you can have your seat moved. I was sat next to someone once that was just, they wouldn't stop talking to me, and they would like pick their nose, and they smelled really bad, and it was just really distracting for me, and that sounds so mean. I feel bad, but I asked to have my seat moved, and I ended up getting better grades. So if somebody is really, really bothering you, you can always ask your teacher to get your seat moved. Advice for incoming high school freshmen. I have always had trouble with change in all sorts of areas. So moving to high school was difficult, and it was daunting, and it was scary. Something I always recommend is go over your schedule with your friends, see if you have any classes together. And then honestly, my biggest advice is just be prepared. The night before your first day, get everything ready that you need ready. Pick out your outfit, get your backpack ready, make sure you have your lunch ready if you're packing your lunch. Make sure you have your schoolwork done. Just make sure everything is ready so that in the morning you don't have to stress or fret. You can just get up, have a nice morning, and go. If you leave things to do in the morning, it's a bad idea. I am telling you this from experience. This isn't just first day, this is the whole year. There were times in the evening where I'd be like, I have to print out this report. Then I'll just wait till the morning. And then in the morning, I was rushed, I was stressed because I had to get the thing printed, and then the printer wouldn't work, and then we had to like fix the printer, and it was just always a mess. So definitely don't leave things till the last minute. So like I said, be prepared for that first day, and once you get there, just go in with an open mind. I read about something in my emetophobia workbook where it says if you tell yourself something will happen, it probably will happen. So for example, if you're going to bed and you say, I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight, chances are you probably will. But if you go to bed and you say, I'm not gonna sleep well, I'm gonna be up all night, then you probably will be. So I say try to go in being like, you know what? This kind of stinks, but I'm gonna have a good day. I'm going to see my friends, and I'm going to get through this. And once you get home, give yourself time. It's honestly ridiculous how much homework kids get these days. You need time to unwind. So when you get home, get a snack, take care of yourself, change into some comfortable clothes. You're allowed to reward yourself. You worked hard all day. It's stressful. School is stressful. So it's okay to take that time. Best way to deal with back to school anxiety. I know I was always really nervous leading up to that first day, so like the week before, the weeks before. Honestly, I say just rely on your friends, communicate with them, tell them how you're feeling, because chances are they're feeling the same way. We all feel that stress. Pick out a fun first day outfit. Have fun decorating your journals or your notebooks, like put stickers on them, personalize them, make them fun so you have something to look forward to. Anything you can do to make it easier and more fun and less stressful is something you should do. How to deal with friend cliques. Cliques are annoying, I'm just gonna say, and they don't go away. I thought I'm done with high school, I'm done with cliques, but here I am on YouTube. There are definitely cliques on YouTube, and I definitely feel left out every now and then. Personally, I think it's dumb to have an exclusive clique where nobody can penetrate that circle. So I think if you're in a group of friends where your friends are pushing like exclusivity and like you guys, it's your group and no one else can join, maybe be the one to go outside of that. Cliques are just really stupid, and they naturally happen. When you have something common with people, you form like a little group. But I feel like no clique should be exclusive. You're all on the same level. You're all in school together. No one's better than anybody else. No one clique is better than the other. I know I was always really jealous of the popular girls, but like looking back, they weren't any better than me. So don't look towards a friend group and place them on a pedestal. Just because they seem like they have everything, they have it all together, doesn't mean they do. And you're all on the same level. How to make new friends. The best thing that you can do is join school activities. So like the theater club, the art club, the movie club, whatever club there is that includes your interests, I definitely say give it a try. I know that can be hard, especially if your friends aren't into it, like the friends that you have, so you have to go alone. I know that's really daunting, but I say try, and if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't, and either way, that's okay. But if you do end up liking it, you might find people that you have things in common with, people that you haven't really talked to before because you didn't know you had things in common. And there's also activities you can do outside of school. I did a theater program that had nothing to do with my school, and those are the best friends I ever made. I met Elise through that, and you see her in my videos all the time. We're very close, so there's definitely activities that you can do, even if your school doesn't have them. Can you give some advice on dealing with fake friends? And if you could redo one thing in your high school career, what would it be and why? So fake friends, that's a tough thing. But what you have to realize is that you're allowed to cut people out of your life if they are being toxic to you. And you don't have to justify it. If you're feeling like they're not giving you the friendship they should be giving you, if they have hurt you in any way, if they make you uncomfortable, if they make you nervous, whatever it may be, you don't have to justify that to anybody. You're allowed to cut them out. High school especially is a time where people go through a lot of changes, and someone that you might have been really close with might suddenly not be so compatible with you, and that's okay. It feels sad when that happens, but it's okay. And there might be somebody that you never thought you would talk to or have anything in common with that suddenly becomes a really good friend that you could have for the rest of your life. Whatever way the story goes, I say that you have the right to make decisions in your life. If you don't want to be friends with someone, don't be friends with them. If you want to be friends with someone, try to get to know them. Fake friends are not worth the stress. You have so much stress going on when you're in school. You have homework, you have teachers, you have tests, you have like college decisions, you have all these things. You don't need to add to it. So pick your battles. If someone is being a fake friend to you, cut them out. And then give yourself time to mourn that friendship. Like if you're sad about it, if you're mad about it, give yourself time. Those are okay things to feel. It will get better, and you will find the friends that you are meant to have, friends that you will have for the rest of your life. And then if I could redo one thing, what would it be? That's a really deep question. I think that I would have liked to have tried to reach out to people that were lonely. There was one girl in a lot of my classes that people were just awful to, and I would see her sitting alone at lunch, and I didn't go over there and I didn't sit with her, and I really regret that. Just because I was not partaking in like the bullying and the meanness doesn't mean I wasn't guilty, because I didn't take initiative. I didn't go over and sit with her and be her friend, and I should have. That just got really serious, but just let that be an example to you. If you see somebody sitting alone, be that person that goes over and reaches out to them. And if they don't want to be reached out to, that's fine, but at least you tried. The easy option is to be like, oh, I'm not the one doing the bullying. I'm not the one being mean, so like, I'm fine. I don't have to do anything. But like, that person might really need a friend. You never know. So that's what I would change. How did you deal with stupid teachers? Like ones who make up random rules that literally make no sense? I know what you mean. I had a couple really interesting teachers that I just didn't agree with. Seriously, guys, there were like two I'm thinking of right now that I just don't even know. How I got through that was just coming home and telling my parents like how I felt and just ranting to my friends that had the same teacher, ranting to my friends that didn't have the same teacher, and just getting it off my chest so that in class I didn't explode. Even if they're annoying, they are your teacher, and that really stinks. but I guess you gotta deal with that. But if your teacher does something really out of line, tell someone. Tell your parents, tell another teacher, tell the guidance counselor, tell the principal. Their job is to help you. They're a teacher. Their job is to help you succeed. So if they're doing things that are out of line, that make you uncomfortable, any of those things, you have to tell someone. But if they're just being annoying because they're annoying, just find the humor in it. I had a teacher that was just crazy. She was just crazy. Like, she didn't do anything bad, really. She was just kind of annoying. So I found the humor in it. Me and my friends would laugh about things and like, just don't take it too seriously. Don't be mean about it, but don't take it too seriously. Does that make sense? But like I said, if they are crossing the line or making you feel uncomfortable in any way, you should tell someone. You do not have to deal with that. Did you take any honors/AP courses? If so, how did you survive them? I did. I took a couple honors AP classes over my years. The thing that helped me in every single class was always like having discussions with peers. So for example, in AP English, if we had a book to read, I loved discussing it with my friends and like realizing things I hadn't realized before, and it helped me like really understand the material. Even if you think you have a grasp on it, like those other perspectives really help. Definitely talking to friends, that helps a lot. I think just don't put so much weight on it. Suddenly you put the letters AP in front of something and people freak out, and then you put all this pressure on it, and that adds to your stress and it makes it seem so much more real than it needs to be. Just do your best. That's all you can do. So I definitely say don't stress too much about it. Don't think like this is an AP class. Just do your best. Talk with your friends about it and it will be okay. How do you handle the stress of going to a new school when you've been at the same school with the same people your entire life so far? I can relate. I was at one school district from kindergarten to 9th grade that whole time, and then I went over to a new school for 10 and 11. Honestly, just go in with an open mind. My situation was probably a little bit different because I wanted so badly to get out of that school that I was in. So I didn't really feel like I was leaving anything behind except for like a few of the people that I was friends with. And I went into this new school thinking this is a new chance, a new opportunity, a new adventure. Here I go. If you place all your negative energy and all your negative thoughts on it, then it's going to be a negative experience. So I say, go in thinking of it as a fresh start. How many times in your life do you get to have a fresh start? So that's honestly what I would suggest. I feel like my situation was different because I wasn't like sad about leaving the school that I left. I was like, bye guys. How do you handle bullies? Mine are pretty bad. I have a lot of experience with bullies. I know the thing that everyone says is like, it's not you, it's them. They probably have something going on in their life that is making them be this way, and people always told me that, and I was like, okay, but like, why are they being so mean to me? Like, why me? That doesn't justify it, like that's an excuse. But now that I'm 21 and I'm looking back, that's true. It's not true in every case, but it's true in some cases. On a really serious note, 2 people that really bullied me in like middle school and the beginning of high school have passed away, and it just like really put things into perspective when I heard about like what happened to them. So just keep that in mind. It's probably not a reflection of you and what you're doing. It's probably a reflection of something happening to them in their lives. Though that isn't always the case, I have found that that can be the case. Bullying is tough. It's really hard and it takes so much out of you. Make sure that you have really good friends that have your back, that you can come to and say like, this is happening to me and I don't like it, I don't feel good about it. And I know sometimes it's hard to tell someone, to like tell your guidance counselor or your principal or teacher about bullying because you don't want to look weak or like be a tattletale or whatever, but like you shouldn't have to deal with that. There's like, I don't know, I just think if somebody is crossing a line, making you uncomfortable, hurting you, making you feel bad, then it's okay to tell someone. You don't have to deal with it, you don't have to tough it out, you don't have to suck it up. Tell somebody, especially if it gets to a really bad point. And sometimes you do tell somebody and they don't do anything about it, and that's so annoying. Seriously, in like 9th grade, these boys were so awful to me, and at one point they threw their dirty gym clothes at me and just laughed, and I told the principal and the principal was like, well, like, I was like, really? So there is a chance of that happening, but it's better to tell than to keep it to yourself and let it fester and let it grow and let it get bigger. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone for help, especially if you are feeling threatened or uncomfortable in any way. No matter who the bully is, no matter what they're saying, you don't have to take that. Just know that you don't have to change yourself for anybody. You don't have to change the way you dress, the way you live your life, the way you are. Some people are just mean because they're mean. They don't get to decide what you can and cannot do. They have zero right to tell you how to do anything in your life or who to be. They have zero right. Zero. No one should take away things that make you happy or minimize things that make you who you are. I don't know, I feel like bullying is such a complicated topic, I could talk about it forever. Bottom line, you be you. Oh, this was a really chatty video. I feel like I've been talking forever. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are in high school, middle school, whatever it is, I hope you have a good year. Take it easy on yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't stress, don't pressure yourself. You get enough of that from outside forces. You don't need to be putting it on yourself. And it's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself. More than okay. I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Bye!